There once was a kind man whose wife had died, leaving him with a young and beautiful daughter. The man remarried to a woman who was cruel, and who had 2 daughters who were both ugly and bad-tempered. The cruel woman and her 2 daughters moved into the man's house, and there they made life miserable for the man's daughter, who they called Cinderella, because she had to clean the cinders from the fireplace every morning. Indeed, Cinderella had to do all the work around the house, while the 2 ugly sisters did nothing but dress themselves in fancy clothes and fine jewellery. But try as they would, the 2 ugly sisters could not make themselves look pretty, while Cinderella still looked beautiful, even in the dirtiest and most tattered clothes. Now it happened that the king gave a grand ball in honour of his son, Prince Charming, and all the young ladies and young men were invited.
We're going to the grand ball, and we'll be dancing with Prince Charming! Hooray! Hurrah! Yes, and you can't come, so dare, Cinderella, because you're not a lady. And besides, you don't have any nice clothes to wear, and you won't be let into the ball in those rags. And you can't borrow any of our beautiful ball gowns because they won't fit you, so there!
It was true that the ugly sisters' ball gowns would not fit Cinderella, for they were very big and fat, while Cinderella was neat and slim. When at last the day of the grand ball came round, Cinderella cheerfully helped the 2 ugly sisters get ready. And though she would have loved to be going to the ball herself, she never complained. When at last the 2 ugly sisters had left for the palace in their fine carriage, Cinderella watched them go, and then sat among the cinders and cried. Suddenly there was a bright flash by the fire, and there stood a sweet and gentle old lady with a magic wand in her hand. Cinderella was very frightened, but the old lady said,
"Don't be afraid, Cinderella, for I'm your fairy godmother. I have come to help you because you are so unhappy. Now first you must go into the garden and pick the biggest pumpkin you can find."
When Cinderella picked the pumpkin, the fairy godmother touched it with her wand, and immediately turned it into the finest coach with gold trimmings and silver linings. Cinderella had never seen anything so beautiful in all her life. And when the fairy godmother changed 6 white mice into beautiful horses, and changed a rat into a coachman, and 2 frogs into 2 footmen, everything was ready to take Cinderella to the ball. The fairy godmother touched Cinderella's ragged clothes with her wand, and changed them into the most magnificent ball gown, sparkling with gold and silver. Cinderella was so happy she began to cry tears of joy. The fairy godmother took one of her tears, touched it with her magic wand, and suddenly they were the finest glass slippers the world had ever seen.
Be sure to be back here before midnight, for everything at midnight, everything will change back into what they were. Everything, that is, except the glass slippers, for they are made from tears of joy, and they will last forever.
Cinderella promised to be home before midnight, and when she set out for the ball, she was the happiest girl alive. When she arrived at the castle, everyone thought she must be a great princess from a far-off land, and so even the king himself bowed to her. Prince Charming was so taken with her beauty that he would dance with no other all night. Then, with only 15 minutes to go before midnight, Cinderella quickly slipped away and was back home just before the coach turned back into a pumpkin and the horses turned back into little white mice. When the 2 ugly sisters arrived home, they were so excited as they told about the great mystery princess who had been at the ball. They told of how the prince was so disappointed when the mystery princess disappeared so quickly, that the king had announced there would be another grand ball the very next evening, and that the prince hoped everyone, especially the great mystery princess, would come again.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?